For San Diego, Jeff.
Well, it is, and now you have him still, though, in your back pocket, Seth Smith. And if you get another opportunity in the 8th inning to use him, that's when you'll use that card.
Just avoid having a matchup with Webb, regardless how well you did against him. The guy's pretty good. Like to have your strength going maybe against a weakness of theirs.
Well, now you get an opportunity. Maybe Eldred get one of those 95-mile-an-hour fastballs about 3/4 of the way up in the stands.
Except you got an 85-mile-an-hour slider there. Strike one on Big Brad. 3 for 4 in a Rockies uniform. He had a start a couple of nights ago, and he hit 3 rockets. A couple of hard singles and then a double off the left field wall. I would think he's not going to see a fastball.
Another 85-mile-an-hour slider.
Well, the big key to it is don't try to sneak something inside on it, because you're going to get busted if you do, and the ball's going to get hit very hard. 2 sliders in a row, and why not go one more? Just don't, as a pitcher at this situation, sometimes try to throw it too hard. You got great position.
We got him on another slider, so Eldred swings and misses. Rockies lead Stewart at first. We'll go to the 7th, 7-5 San Diego.
56 and 57 for Yadier Molina. Brendan Ryan now. Twice he is grounded out to short. Cardinals actually giving Westbrook some run support here tonight, which has not always been the case since he arrived in St. Louis. 4-0 lead.
And Westbrook has 4 runs tonight, right? If he would have received 4 runs in each of his first 8 starts with the Cardinals, he'd be 7-0 with 1 no decision.
That's why we say he has pitched better than that record indicates.
And because no run support, he only has 1 win.
It's a foul ball on a 96-mile-an-hour pitch. It's good to see that has been reversed from what we saw in the Chicago series. Cardinals 3 for 5 with runners in scoring position.
Well, there's one thing that is not reversed. The Cardinals' trend of playing very good baseball, almost 600 baseball against teams over 500, but under 500 and teams below 500. How do you explain that?
Yeah. No balls and a strike here on Brendan Ryan. 0-2. Now from August 26th to September 5th, the Cardinals went from 3.5 behind the Reds to 7. Meanwhile, the Padres went on a 10-game losing streak. They were up by 6.5 over San Francisco, and then just 1 game up after the streak, and that's why they find themselves now in a tight pennant race with San Francisco and Colorado. But a 10-game losing streak.
Right, half game over Giants and 2.5 over Colorado. But a lot of people believe when you go through a 10-game losing streak and you don't lose the lead, you're destined to go on and win.
Strikeout of Ryan. Well, this time last year they were 65 and 80, and they come in having just reversed that, 82 and 63.
Then 8-5 after the run last inning. Fowler takes a slider for a strike from Webb. Webb got the final 2 outs in the 6th inning. Dexter didn't fare well against Correa. He's now 0 for 15 in his career. 0 for 15 against Correa.
There's always that one guy that has your number. And for whatever reason, I mean, out of that 0 for 15, probably 8 or 9 balls hit hard. It just right at somebody.
Fowler, Johnny Herrera, Carlos Gonzalez. See if the Rockies could pull off more Loto magic. Tuesday and Wednesday, unforgettable nights at Coors Field. Rockies a 9-run 9th on Tuesday. Erased a 5-run deficit on Wednesday. Chris Iannetta, the walk-off winner, and then a more conventional 4-2 win yesterday behind Ubaldo Jimenez, who went 8 strong innings, allowed just 3 hits, and improving his record to 15-1.
National League starting rotation, it's pretty stacked for that ball game in Anaheim.
Now it's a full count on Dexter. Rockies have 9 outs to work with against the most formidable bullpen this year in the National League, the San Diego Padres.
Hey fans, come out to the ball game tomorrow. Why? Well, every single one of you that show up is going to get a Rockies team poster. Every one of you.
Rockies have struck out 11 times in this ball game.
High chopper RBI single by Hernandez is that the runners didn't advance. Gomes stayed at second. So first and second sets up a double play here. Drew Stubbs homered and walked. His home run, the only run allowed by Chris Young. 21st of the season off the facing of the second deck in left field. Padre infield looking for a bunt. I'm not sure they're going to get one from Stubbs. He's swinging. 97 on the fastball inside. And that's something that Hernandez 3 straight times hit the ball off the front lip of home plate. 2 foul, 1 fair.
Having difficulty getting on top of that sinker, but it works to his advantage. He got a lot of help from home plate because he is not a fast runner.
Headley backs off a few steps down, but still at the edge of the grass. Bag high at third. That one bending to the inside edge for a strike. Fastball.
Tremendous movement on that 2-seam fastball.
Webb is going to be something special when he gets a good off-speed pitch.
Yep.
He's got heat on heat.
I can see him with a split finger. Can you imagine this guy with a 95-96 with that movement and then dropping a splitty on you? Or even a straight changeup?
That's what I was thinking. And that's that can be taught. Just has to trust it. Held back, 2-1. Reds have tied it here in the 6th inning. On Roland single to right. A blue pit off Gonzalez's glove wouldn't hit very high. Gomes, and then an infield chop by Hernandez. Talk about manufacturing a run. Strike. 2-2. If you're just joining us, the Giants edged the Rockies 2-1. That's 5 straight losses for Colorado. And the Giants pitching continues to be phenomenal. Atlanta lost to Washington. That figures in the wild card. Buddy Black needs a nice ground ball double play here. Got him swinging. Slider.
That was a big leg pitch by Ryan Webb. Going hard with the sinker down and in, and then going to the other side of the plate with the slider. Good tilt. Actually, that ball, after a second look, right down the heart of the plate, but the tilt got him.
That brings up Ryan Hannigan. Strikeout double play isn't a bad formula either.
Ballpark, this homestand. Ryan Webb delivering to Eric Kratz, and he delivers strike 1.
And hitting Church on deck. Came in doing that double switch. So that worked out fine. They went to the right-hander. Church comes in.
With the left-handed bat coming up, second this inning. Webb, a Floridian from Palm Harbor, Florida, born in Clearwater. And he was acquired from the Oakland Athletics along with Sean Gallagher. And pitcher Craig Italiano in exchange for Scott Hairston. And down goes Kratz.
High strike. Reynolds ringing up the top part of the strike zone.
Webb and
2 on Dexter Fowler. 0 for 49, 0 for 5 last night. Dexter struck out 6 of his last 9 plate appearances after the league couldn't get him out for about a week.
Sitting there thinking about what plan Torrealba will take with him. Will he go hard sliders down and in? Will it be a fastball? Or is that hard slider down and in, and Dexter couldn't hold off of it?
Getting a little jumpy at the plate.
It looks like he's starting to guess just a little bit.
And the Rockies with 12 hits tonight, so it's now 9 in a row. They tie the club record of 11 straight hits. Or 11 or more hits, I should say. Did it back in '98.
I thought it was a balk, too. Yep. Because he started to lean towards home, and then as he started to step off, he got his cleat caught and backed it up. So what an opportunity this is. Balsley's going out in case they want to go ahead and do this. Not that they would, but if they wanted to turn Johnny around, walk Dexter. Once he starts to go back with the foot, and he kind of start, stop, move. Torrealba, veteran move. He stuck his hands up like timeout. A little late. Things happened there. Couldn't do anything about it.
You know what this might bring into play now for Dexter as a bunt possibility.
It's got to be so perfect, though, with 2 outs, which he can do, obviously.
You know, it's interesting how things change over a couple of days. You know, 2 days ago in the St. Louis series, when Dexter was getting hit after hit, reached 7 times in a ball game, you may have seen them passing on him with first base open, but he's 0 for his last 9.
Yeah, that's something that, you start to think about. Has he gone back to the old habits of maybe chasing that breaking ball down and in?
1 strike count on Fowler, 2 now in scoring position. They're trying to go in there with consistency. That slider was down and in, and ultimately, though he swung at it, Jeff, it may have been off the plate.
It's just recognizing that pitch now. Go ahead and still trust your hands, just like you've been doing. Right there.
And you know what? You're probably going to see it more than just what you saw there. I mean, it's a 1-2 count now. But I really think that they're not going to give him a fastball to hit.
If they do, George, I think it'll be up and away, something to right about eye level or right across the chest area, just to change the eye angle.
Strike 3, right down the middle, and Dexter's gone. So the Rockies leave 2 on in the 8th. We'll go to the 9th inning. Houston Street will try to close out the Padres again.
So here's Renteria. Renteria is 0 for 2. And he looks at a first pitch strike.
Renteria has always been a guy that goes the opposite way and uses the middle of the field well. And against sinker ballers, he's a guy that has a swing designed to beat him because he is an inside-out swinger. And that's what Webb features.
Not close.
I mean, he's throwing hard sink right now.
And it's 1-2. Uribe will step out, take a little bit of a walk. There's Thatcher headed down to the Padre bullpen. Uribe at first, Renteria at the plate. Top to third, but this will kick foul. Cody Ross in the on-deck circle. Posey led the inning off by bouncing out to third, but then Burrell doubled off of Richard.
Well, the Padres know Renteria's swing. I mean, he's an inside-out guy. They're closing that gap out in right center. They got Will Venable, the center fielder, about 8 steps over towards that gap. You can see how they're pitching it. They're giving it to the left side.
Another top foul towards Tim Flannery, and it remains 1-2. Throwing a pinch hit home run here in the 6th. 1-2 to Renteria. Got him. It's a 96-mile-an-hour fastball from Webb. 2 outs, and here's Cody Rod.
Since mid-April.
He's been the middle of the order for these Colorado Rockies doing the damage. Gonzalez, a couple of doubles. Tulowitzki, a couple of doubles. Helton, a couple of RBIs.
EY lays one down. It rolls foul. Well, Petco, one of the newer stadiums, opened in 2004.
I'm a fan of it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Getting a good look at the park
Out there beyond center field. Tony Gwynn keeps an eye on everybody that comes in here.
Sure.
As it should be.
They have that little beach out in the right center field wall.
Just a picnic area.
Good place to hang out on this Labor Day weekend.
Bring the kids. They play catch, shag balls out there. It's fun.
Build sandcastles.
Yeah.
Grace, you got to get down and dirty out there.
Well, I've been out there.
We could bury Mark Grace and just have your head, throw the headsets on you out there.
No, thank you.
Big rip there by Young.
Happy Halloween, everybody. It's just great to bring the kids to the ballpark. So what if they're not watching? They're still at the ballpark. They're having a great time.
Halloween, we will be playing the World Series on Fox. Young's average has dipped to 236.
Whoa.
Getting a good look at one of the Fox executives attending today's game.
A little creepy. Let's not kid ourselves. Oh, man, what a beautiful slider that time from Webb.
Make it 2 straight strikeouts for Ryan Webb. That, of course, part of the theme for the Padres bullpen. They bring out those Star Wars backpacks, whether it's Yoda. I think Chewbacca's made an appearance. That's part of their rallying cry that has made them the best bullpen in the big leagues. Of course, anchored by Heath Bell, who's pitched only 1 time in the last 13 days.
Yeah, he needs to get busy. He needs some work.
Dexter Fowler going to work, 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Hard for Heath Bell to get saves when the Padres aren't leading.
That's exactly right. They're just not scoring any runs. Pitching's been all right.
Well, a nice 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Webb. Padres trying to get something going offensively.
Here's Westbrook.
It's almost incredible to think about, but right now the Cardinals got to worry about having a 500-plus season.
At 1 point, 16 games above 500.
Exactly.
Westbrook is grounded out twice to third. Talked about the pitching that San Diego has. It's been very good all year long. Well, Padres have seen very good pitching from the Cardinals. 3.5 games so far. Adam Wainwright, Jaime Garcia, P.J. Walters, and now tonight, Westbrook.
And their Cardinals are trying to even the season series at 2 apiece. San Diego has lost 9 straight games here in St. Louis.
0-2 the count.
And of course, recently the Padres would be terrified if they face St. Louis in postseason.
Yeah. Cardinals have dominated Padres in postseason play. Westbrook pops it up and out of play. And a strikeout.
So for the Dodgers, Carroll, DeWitt, and Osmus in the 7th, and Ryan Webb coming in. The right-hander's out of Florida. His father, Hank Webb, pitched in the major leagues for the Mets and even briefly for the Dodgers. Hank Webb pitched for the Dodgers back in 1977. And his dad, total 7 and 9. So Ryan, 6'6", 210, 24 years old, another young, strong arm coming out of the Padre pen. Kenley Jansen now gets up in the Dodger bullpen. If they have the chance, they will hit for McDonald. And also James has worked 2 innings. That's a strike. So Carroll has struck out, walked, scored, and Ryan Webb, as big as Latos, 6'6". 0-2. Ball 1. The way the light and the sunlight is now, sitting up here, you get the feeling, boy, it's tough to see that ball coming from the mound to home plate. Fouled away. The Padres acquired Ryan Webb when they traded outfielder Scott Hairston to the Oakland A's. And the baseball fortunes brought Scott Hairston back here, and now they're teammates. 1-2. Fouled down the line. Webb's fastball, pretty good sinker, and he'll throw anywhere from 90 to 96. Then he has a curveball and a cutter. Cutter usually to the left-hand hitter. So Jamie runs the count 2 balls and 2 strikes in a 2-2 tie. The so-called rubber game, game 3. Dodgers won the first one. Padres won last night. And they'll meet 4 more times next week at Dodger Stadium. Got it. Fastball. And Jamie goes down. Well, remember, we asked who do you think is the Dodger pitcher of the month for July? Vicente Padilla, Clayton Kershaw, or Hung-Chi Kuo. Things have changed now. First they said Kershaw, but now 36% say Hung-Chi Kuo, 32% Clayton Kershaw, and 32%.
And by Chevrolet. Every model is backed by a 100,000-mile, 5-year powertrain, the limited warranty. Well, the Padres are going to take one of their young guns out for a stroll. 24-year-old right-hander Ryan Webb. On the mound is Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn.
The old gun out there.
Probably got a base hit on that one in between short and third, I'm guessing. Webb on for the 42nd time this year. He was just called up earlier this week, September 1st. His 3rd different stint with the Padres.
A good hard sinking fastball.
Jason Hamill looks at strike one. Webb, originally a 4th-round pick in 2004 by the Oakland A's. He was actually traded for one of his current teammates.
Who's that?
Scott Hairston. Hairston last year was dealt up to Oakland. And in the offseason, shipped back down to San Diego. 3 pitches is all Ryan Webb needed on that one. Take a look at our Verizon game summary. This one all about Jason Hamill, who has pitched very well through 5 innings.
San Diego Padres Ryan Webb, who appeared in last night's ball game. 3rd pitcher now utilized by Bud Black. Webb went an inning yesterday and gave up 3 runs on 3 hits.
Good fastball command typically. You see the earned run average, pretty good earned run average. The opposition not hitting a whole lot against him, but 221.
Herrera, Gonzalez, and Mora. Rolling 1 on Johnny. With that base hit, Johnny's got a 10-game hitting streak.
Well, I think, and Jeff would probably agree with me. They all remember the home runs. They don't remember what the little guys are doing.
Right.
I think all the big guys are getting the headlines. It's like the starter and the closer.
Those role players, the guys that know exactly what they have to do is to get on base for the big boppers.
And you know what makes them really good for me? They don't need to see their name in headlines. They accept the role, play it to the max, and do a good job. They're really appreciated by teammates and manager. And the manager.
And at the end of the day, that's what matters.
You better believe it.
1 and 2 on Herrera. Johnny had one of his children, his little boy, in the clubhouse tonight. He's an adorable little kid, and everybody's out on the field for picture day. Folks can, all the fans can line up and get pictures with their favorite Rocky. And he was tired because he was taking batting practice earlier. So when I went by, he was, because he's little, he was sound asleep in Dad's chair in front of his locker. Curled up, it was like a king-size bed for him. BP can be tiring, huh, Huey?
At that age especially.
Yeah.
Running around, picking up all the balls.
Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed, and Herrera's gone. We check in with Mark Stout. It's our Great Colorado Payback Sideline Report.
All right, guys, I'm above San Diego's pen. The bullpen's got the top ERA in the National League. They've bonded. They have T-shirts.
Walkers and everything. With the tennis balls on the bottom.
Still got your Everly Brothers CDs that you're playing. Berkman leading off the 7th. Webb back to work. He had a relatively quick 6th inning when he needed only 9 pitches. Wave and a miss by Berkman. Struck out, grounded out, and lined to second. Astros scored all 3 of their runs in the 2nd. A leadoff homer for Jason Michaels, and later in the inning, a Keppinger 2-out, 2-run single. Padres scored in the 5th. A pinch hit RBI single from Kristen Orfia, plated Nick Hundley. Raced foul left side. Berkman, Michaels, and Blum in the Houston 7th. That rides high, and it's 1-2. Padres and Astros opening up a 4-game series here tonight.
Hey, this is a big outing here for Ryan Webb. Close, middle of the game.
And he gets a strikeout of Berkman. Second K for Webb.
1, 2, 3 in the 6th. Now here to strike out Berkman with that nice slider. Let's take a look. Straight down. Nice tilt. Beautiful.
That's some movement.
Yes.
Good late movement.
Hey, not a bad guy to come in the middle of the game when it's close. That throws 96, 97 with some movement.
Touched home plate.
I was wondering who was going to get to that one.
But he was ruled safe, and the Rockies went on to go to the World Series.
Eventually got swept by the Red Sox. Melvin Mora 0 for 2 with a walk. Base hit will make it a 3-run game. That one goes all the way to the backstop, and Gonzalez moves up 90 feet.
And that was officially a wild one there. That was kind of the definition of a wild pitch. No chance there for Hundley. But now, Hundley's going to have to be a backstop on those sliders now. You don't want to give up a cheap run here if you're the Padres with a couple of wild pitches.
Mora taps one foul at the plate. So, Mark Grace, you said that Matt Holliday didn't exactly touch home. Jamie Carroll.
Let's see.
With the liner. In the 13th, and Holliday a face full of dirt.
Does he touch home plate, folks? Well, according to Tim McClellan, he did.
And a swing and a miss, so Ryan Webb does the job again. It is stretch time in San Diego. Rockies lead it.
Nope. Look like Frieri going to get up again.
Yeah.
Matt Kemp looks at ball one outside. Kemp has singled and walked, so yet to be retired tonight. And indeed it is Frieri who was up earlier, but Stauffer got in a little bit of a jam in the 4th. Ryan steps off. Kemp playing in his 138th game. He's not missed a game this year for the Dodgers. The only Dodger that can say that. Leads the National League in games played. There's a strike from Webb.
You know, there's one thing throwing the two-seamer fastball away to a right-handed hitter for a strike. But then it's another thing throwing it 95, 96 with that same movement. That's tough to hit.
Two on, nobody out in the LA 6th. Fastball away to Kemp. Ryan Webb, the 4th Padres pitcher tonight. Stauffer started and went 4. A third of an inning for Mujica. 2/3 of an inning for Thatcher. Straight back.
This is a Johnny Holstaff night.
Gonna need a lot of them.
Yeah. You've heard of Johnny Holstaff, right?
Sure. Who's getting the start today? Johnny Holstaff. That happens.
Everybody get ready.
Late in the year. Two-two pitch. Got him. Hundley hung on. A strikeout of Matt Kemp for the first out.
A huge strikeout from the sinker baller. Sounded like Kemp may have gotten a piece of it.
I think he did.
And Nick Hundley holding on to it for the out. Now forced at any base. A double play still in order. Huge for Ryan Webb. Let's go in Webbo, man. But there's plenty of baseball to be played, and Ryan Webb is putting together a fantastic year. Hard sinker, two-seamer, a slider. I mentioned it earlier, dropping that arm angle a little bit, creating a little bit more action on that two-seamer. And the Houston Astro hitters are going to have to turn up the dial a little bit against Webb. 95, 96 on that fastball.
Face Bourne to lead off, and our leaderboard brought to you by Los Primos Mexican Food. 18 Southern California locations, home of the Monster Burrito. Bourne right now leading the National League in stolen bases by a fairly sizable margin over McCutchen and Jose Reyes. 25 steals and 32 attempts for Bourne. Tonight 0 for 2. He's been intentionally walked at one time, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. Down low to Bourne. Headley in on the grass at third. Like everybody in the infield has to shorten up at least a step or two with Bourne. Fouled near the plate. With 2 strikes, Headley will back up about a step, even with the bag right at the edge of the grass. Webb's 1-2. Bourne gets jammed and tops it foul. Rockies did wind up beating the Giants 7-3, so San Francisco's now lost 6 in a row. They're just 2 games over 500 now. At 40-38. Rockies 42-37. Lifted down the left field line and slicing foul over there to give it a look. Scotty. Hey, there's that Astros unit you were talking about.
Yes. The rainbow stripes, if you want to call it that. Yeah, remember they on the back they had the baseball. That's Jose Cruz jersey. Number 25, I briefly saw that on the back.
And about every Little League team in the late 70s copied that.
Oh, yeah.
That was very popular. Two-two pitch. Did he? Foul tip. Yep. Into the glove of Nick. A strikeout of Bourne. What was the name on the back of the jersey? Was that a Cruz jersey you said?
Jose Cruz. Chop, chop. Cheo. As we take a look at the slider from Ryan Webb. Back door. Caught the bat. Hung on by Nick. See ya.
Very underrated player, Jose Cruz, the senior.
Ryan Webb is the new pitcher for the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, the only thing they're trying to buy right now is one more inning and let him do the 6th. Then they can hand the ball over to Gregerson, Adams, and then Bell if they still have the lead. 46th appearance for him. He is a part of that. He's the Belial for their team. He's the guy that comes in and gives you that 6th, 7th inning type action and does a very good job of it. He's retired. I like to see the number first batter faced around that 70% mark, and he's at 69%.
Here's one of the differences, though, that he does not have with Belial. Belial has held lefties to a .228 average. Lefties against Ryan Webb, and he's going to see a couple of them after Olivo, have hit him to the tune of .325. Seth Smith and the double switch is on deck, and then the switch hitter Eric Young representing the top of the order. There are the splits on Webb. He's ahead of Olivo 0-2.
Well, home runs allowed. Their bullpen's 4th in the National League. They've allowed 35.
One out as Olivo strikes out. And that'll bring up Seth Smith. Who Wants Tacos fans, if you'd like to receive text message alert.
Coming up, the San Diego Hyundai dealers 7th inning stretch your dollars. Get more miles per gallon and the assurance of America's best warranty. Go to SanDiegoHyundaiDealers.com. Right fielder Reed Johnson has been retired on a 3-1 putout and a 1-3 putout. Webb's fastball, strike one. Writes it off and fouls it. Despite the error in the inning, all 3 runs the Padres scored in the 6th are earned, so it makes Billingsley's line 5 1/3, 4 earned runs, 6 hits. Walked 5, 1 intentionally, and struck out 6. Threw 111 pitches. That is outside.
Trying to lower the arm angle a little bit just to give that hitter a different look. And there's the boys in the pen. Thatch, Gregerson, Mujica, Russell, Mike Adams. Looks like that scene after Ocean's 11 when they're looking at the fountains, counting their millions.
Ramos, Frieri, and Heater. You ever see the original?
Have not.
With
Peter
Sinatra
Lawford and the Rat Pack?
Oh, that's good. I'd like to go back in time and hang with those cats on the Vegas Strip, huh?
How you doing?
Yeah. 2-2. All the way. Two outs, nobody on.
Vegas has gotten too big.
Nowadays?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. The biggest, the best, the loudest, whatever. The brightest. The 2-2. Got him looking. Webb slider. Striking out Johnson. First K for Ryan Webb, who has a clean inning. 3 up, 3 down. Time to stretch at Petco Park. 4-0 San Diego.
And now 5 RBIs as a pinch hitter. He makes it 10-6 Brewers. Top of the order here is Weeks. The Brewers were behind 3-0 after the top of the first. They trailed 5-2 after the top of the second. And now lead 10-6 on 15 hits.
And the Brewers have outscored the Padres since that 5-2 lead, 8-1. Courtesy of Chris Capuano.
Capuano, not only did he go 3 2/3 scoreless, but he also had a hit. Weeks takes a strike on the corner. 2-2 on Ricky Weeks. He delivered an RBI in the 5th inning, had a double into right center. 73 RBIs for Weeks now. By far and away the most RBIs by a leadoff hitter. That RBI by England takes it out of a save situation at this point. If you got your eyes on Trevor Hoffman.
And you just hope it stays that way.
Although I got to admit, there's a small part of me that wants to see what Maka does in a save situation. It's just a small part.
Okay.
For the entertainment value. Not wishing anybody to give up any runs. But you got to admit, when Hoffman comes in to save a game at home and they crank up the AC/DC, it's kind of fun in here. It's fun in here always, but especially when Hoffman is making a run at a save. Two balls, 2 strikes. 3-2. Bunch of finals already in tonight. Marlins shut out the Astros 9-0. Marlins got hit with some bad news today. Ronnie Paulino, their catcher, suspended for the use of performance-enhancing drugs. He's done for the year. Mets beat the Pirates 7-2. They've had their share of troubles as well off the field.
There's that cut fastball, Ricky, just a little bit underneath. Getting a piece of Torrealba.
Full count, 2 outs. England doing his wind sprints over at first base. He'll be off again. And a swing and a miss. Down goes Weeks, 96-mile-an-hour fastball. And the in again.
Miguel Tejada, 2-run home run in the first. They rallied with 2 outs. The Padres did in the top of the 5th for 3. All charged to Esmil Rogers, but the Rockies got 4 in the bottom of the 5th. That's high, ball 1 on Seth Smith. Smith in the starting lineup yesterday was 0 for 4. The day before, 1 for 3 and a walk. Let's take a look at our Amica hit zone on Seth Smith. Amica, it's not how you're covered, it's how you're treated.
Surprised this number is as low as it is, that 067 down and in. You can see he really likes to extend and he likes the ball down.
That's always a big pitch for me, George. The swing pitch, that 1-1 pitch. When you were on the mound, I mean, that was a huge one, right?
Yeah, you know what? It is a huge pitch. I think the biggest telling factor, does this young man right here have the ability to throw a slider or change up behind in the count? You know, that's the guys that can handle the 2-1 counts. It's the guys that are forced into a fastball. They're the guys that typically get hurt.
You got a blue chip fastball hitter at the plate. Seth Smith with a 2-1 count. He went off speed and he missed. Now it's 3-1. George, doesn't change at any level. You get a 3-1 count. You put the strike zone in a little box. You look in a certain location.
Well, if you burn it right here, I mean, it tells you he likes the ball out over the plate and up a little bit. He got it down, and really a pitcher's pitch that he swung at.
Three and 2. That pitch obviously out of the strike zone. Smith regroups, takes a walk, and he gets back in.
This is his area of happiness, as it is with a lot of guys, but he likes it right there. He can extend those arms, and he's so quick because he crowds the plate. The outside corner becomes basically the middle of the plate. This time on a breaking ball, it wasn't.
Didn't get the slider. 2 strikeouts for Webb. So the Rockies again will try to go with 2 outs. Eric Young coming up.
When you come to the ballpark, if you'd like to upgrade your experience, go to the Mountain Ranch Club. It includes credit for food and beverage. That is correct. And man, if they remodel, this thing is absolutely gorgeous out in right field. And with the way the weather is in September in Colorado.
And so the Braves finally knock Richard out of this ball game after 6. And Ryan Webb, part of this outstanding Padres bullpen, appears in his 32nd game of the year.
They've all got high strikeout numbers too. His not as high as some of the other guys down there, but everybody close to a strikeout per inning pitched.
First one out of the chute at 94. We've talked about that all summer.
Braves touched him for a couple of runs in game 1. An inning, 3 hits, couple of walks. He was really angry with himself, as I recall, on Tuesday night because he couldn't throw strikes.
Braves will try to work him over for a couple of insurance runs, already leading by 4. Don't forget the trade deadline, 9 short days away. Talked about the possibility of Roy Oswalt changing places from his Houston address. Braves already struck with their trade for Alex Gonzalez. And the team we're facing next, the Marlins, might be in seller's mode. They're 9 games back.
Well, and don't think for a second that
you'd be on the backfield and you'd hear that sound, bang, like that, and we'd all just look at each other and say, Andre's hitting. You don't hear it very often.
Andre Dawson actually threw out the ceremonial first pitch here in San Diego last night. Well, the middle of this lineup has done some serious damage today. Rockies 3, 4, 5 hitters, 5 for 8 on the afternoon. With all 3 runs scored, Tulowitzki tries to lay down a bunt.
Most cleanup hitters are up there trying to drive it in the gap.
Well, Headley was playing way back at third. Tulowitzki runs pretty well, but he has been bothered by a sore groin. Missed a couple of games earlier this week in San Francisco. Ball tapped foul.
And that good running fastball right in on the chest area of Tulowitzki. All he could do to get it off of him. Watch this pitch run in. He just eats up Tulowitzki.
Tulowitzki a pair of doubles, and now he has his first strikeout of the afternoon. Webb's third in 1 1/3 innings of work.
You rarely see a hitter with the talent of Troy Tulowitzki get dominated by an opposing pitcher, but that's just what happened right there. Webb running fastballs in on his belly button, and then that beautiful slider to finish him off.
But Todd Helton, 2-run single back in the 3rd. Also walked in the 5th. Called strike. Padres, despite losing 8 in a row, do have a 3-game lead over the Giants and 6.5 over Colorado. I know the Giants are